There's something magical about taking a shower. It's like stepping into a space where time slows down and the mind starts to wander. In this little world, away from distractions, we find ourselves thinking the most bizarre, random, or sometimes deeply profound thoughts. Welcome to the world of shower thoughts, where everyday moments spark the most curious and fascinating ideas. Have you ever realized that the voice in your head has no accent? Or wondered if the universe is just one giant simulation? It's in the shower where we suddenly question things we usually take for granted. We think about the little mysteries of life that don't always have clear answers, like, is a hot dog a sandwich? Or why do our fingertips get wrinkly in water? These thoughts may seem random, but they reveal a lot about how our minds work. Showers are one of those rare times in the day when we're alone with our thoughts, free from the constant noise of phones, emails, and social media. It's like the water washing over us helps wash away the clutter, letting the mind drift into unexpected places. Sometimes we get caught up reflecting on the choices we've made. What if I had taken that other job, moved to a different city, chosen a different path? These thoughts can weigh heavily on us, but they also remind us of how much control we have over our own destiny. It's through these quiet moments of reflection that we begin to understand the power of our decisions and how they shape our future. Then there are those moments when we think about purpose. Why am I here? What is the meaning of my life? These thoughts aren't unique to any one person, they're part of the shared human experience. We all seek meaning in different ways, whether it's through work, relationships, or personal fulfillment. But in these moments of deep thought, we realize that the meaning of life may not be a destination to reach, but rather something we create through the way we live each day. Other times, our minds drift into dreams, both literal and figurative. We think about our aspirations, the things we want to achieve, and the person we hope to become. These dreams are often a source of motivation, driving us forward even when the path ahead feels unclear. But they also remind us of our fears. What if I never reach my goals? What if I fail yet? In these moments, we also learn to confront those doubts and push beyond them. And then, we find ourselves thinking about control. How much control do I really have over my life? Am I just reacting to circumstances? Or do I have the power to shape my own path? These thoughts challenge us to take ownership of our actions, to understand that while we can't control everything, we can always control how we respond. It's in these reflective moments that we find our strength. Then there are those moments where we contemplate the vastness of the universe. As water trickles down, we suddenly feel small, thinking about how Earth is just a tiny speck in an infinite cosmos. How every atom in your body was once part of a star that exploded billions of years ago. It makes you wonder what else is out there that we haven't even begun to understand. Time feels different in the shower. It's like you step out of the normal flow of life, and suddenly a few minutes of warm water becomes a journey into deep reflection. Why do we never actually see ourselves in our dreams, even though we are experiencing them? Why is it that we trust maps so much, but many of us have never verified if the world is really shaped that way? Shower thoughts can also get philosophical. You might start wondering about existence itself. Like, isn't it weird that you're the only one who will ever truly experience your life? Or, if everyone in the world jumped at the same time, would it affect the Earth? These are the thoughts that stretch your mind, leaving you in awe of how much we don't know and how much we rarely stop to think about. And of course, there are the practical thoughts like, why do your fingers wrinkle in water? It turns out it's not just because of absorption. Scientists believe it's an evolutionary trait to improve our grip in wet conditions. So next time you're holding a slippery soap bar, just remember your wrinkly fingers might be doing you a favor. Some of the most intriguing shower thoughts come from observing patterns in everyday life. For example, the realization that we all think of ourselves as the main characters in our stories. We assume others are paying attention to us far more than they actually are. And yet every single person you meet is living out their own complex life with their own shower thoughts. It's fascinating how our minds work during these quiet moments. Showers offer us a break, of time to step back from the grind, to let our brains wander in any direction they want. We stop being practical, and instead we start to think in abstract, creative ways. In fact, studies show that these moments of relaxation and low-pressure thinking can lead to aha moments, sparking creativity and problem-solving. Some of our most brilliant ideas come to us when we least expect it. Ever noticed how the perfect comeback you couldn't think of during an argument pops into your head hours later, in the shower? It's because our brains are constantly working in the background, processing information without us even knowing. When we relax, like in the shower, our minds connect the dots in surprising ways. This phenomenon is called the incubation effect when we take a break from thinking too hard about something. We give our brains the chance to think creatively, letting subconscious thoughts rise to the surface. This is why some of the greatest inventions and artistic inspirations have come to people in these moments of downtime. For instance, many writers and scientists say their best ideas struck them when they weren't actively trying to solve a problem. Legend has it that Albert Einstein often let his mind wander during simple activities like shaving or walking, and this is when some of his greatest ideas emerged. It's moments like this when we tap into something deeper, when the logical, problem-solving part of our brain takes a back seat and allows creativity to flourish. In fact, the freedom to think without boundaries is one of the greatest gifts of shower thoughts. Whether it's marveling at the fact that we share 60% of our DNA with bananas or questioning if fish ever get thirsty, these random ideas give us a moment to step outside the ordinary and think from a new perspective. These thoughts might seem fleeting, but they offer us valuable insights into how we perceive the world. They remind us to stay curious, to question the things we often overlook, and to find wonder in even the smallest of ideas. In the end, our thoughts often come full circle. After all the wandering, the questioning, and the reflecting, we come back to the present moment, the only moment we truly have control over. In this stillness, we realize that while we can't always find answers to life's biggest questions, the act of asking them helps us grow. So next time you're in the shower and your mind drifts to some random, seemingly pointless thought, embrace it. It's in these moments that our brain explores without limits, free from the structure of daily life. Whether you're contemplating the nature of reality, the meaning of existence, or just wondering why we park in driveways and drive on parkways, shower thoughts are a reminder that our minds are full of untapped potential. Maybe the most valuable thing about shower thoughts is that they show us the power of curiosity. They remind us to ask questions, to wonder about the world, and to appreciate the strange and beautiful mystery of being alive. And who knows, your next shower thought might just lead to a breakthrough idea.